Alright, me versus Chomp, the third of our 3 battles in the tournament. And right here, it's me, Empire, versus him, Bretonnia. Bretonnia is mostly mounted knights. There's some spearmen there, but they are... you will see what I mean. You gotta have some foot soldiers in any army. But yeah, they're all mounted knights. So I took mostly halberdiers, who excel at taking down large things like horses. Almost entirely halberdiers with a there's a warrior priest of Sigma just there. I can't really... there we go. My general, who's a regular Empire Lord. I think I had just enough left over for some spearmen, and I didn't want to... Spearmen are also good against horses, not as good as halberdiers, because halberdiers can pierce armor and stuff, which is really nice. Handgunners, also armor piercing, because, you know, Bretonnians, heavy knights, lots of armor. They're sort of based on medieval France. And this fine fellow, who has several fun spells, he's a light wizard. Among them is a net of, like, Amintalk, I think it's called. Anyway, it's a spell. Oh, nice, I just noticed that guy's got some rations with him. Yeah, that snares things and makes flying things drop to the ground and holds them in place, which is great for dealing with cavalry charges, especially if your opponent has Air Force cavalry, like Pegasus Knights. But we'll get to that in a moment. And I also took 2 steam tanks. These are extremely expensive because they're basically what it says on the tin, so to speak. They are heavily armored primitive tanks powered by steam with cannons. I could have taken, for the price of a steam tank, I could take almost 3 sets of regular cannons, which at this battle size is 3 each. So for the price of a steam tank, I could take 9 normal cannons. However, if you're fighting a really mobile army, my thinking was, see, there goes one firing his cannon shot. Let's see where that goes. Oh, man! Oh, wow! Right into the spearmen. The Bretonnian spearmen at arms with shields. So yes, they have Pegasus Knights, and those guys are a real pain in the ass. Let me pause it since my formations are changing. So yes, if you're dealing with a lot of cavalry, especially knights that can just swoop over and land on your cannons, then all the halberdiers in the world aren't going to help, and I figured that he would have something like that, so I decided to invest in some of these, who are hard as nails, and also have cannons. And let's see, what does he have? So they've already started to run. What are these? Knights of the Realm? Yeah. Like medium tier Bretonnian shock cavalry, which means really good cavalry on the charge, because like I said, they're cavalry specialists, Knights of the Realm. Yeah. They're the first knight level. I think the Bretonnians get, like, Knights of the Realm, then Questing Knights, then Grail Knights, then Pegasus Knights, which are in their own special category because they have freaking wings. But yeah, the Knights of the Realm are good, solid shock cavalry that would hold up pretty well against most of the stuff in the game, unless you're talking about super elite units. A bunch of spearmen at arms, peasant bowmen, the only concession to ranged combat that the Bretonnians make, who also look fairly cool. Just walking forward. They also have a lady, a damsel. Oh, right next to a... oh my... damn, that guy is missing an arm. Courtesy of my cannonball, but yes, a damsel, and that's their wizard's riding side saddle, of course, as befits a lady in Bretonnian society. And a ton, I think that's 3 units of Pegasus Knights, and they are right up there. They're not many of them, 18 compared to, what's that, a unit, 45 Knights of the Realm, but excuse me, believe me, if they were to go head-to-head against Knights of the Realm, they would destroy them. Even without the flying ability, which helps a lot, they are just ridiculously well kitted out. I won't go into the stats because that will slow things down. But anyway, so they have a bunch of those. No artillery. The Bretonnians have trebuchets, which they can bring if they like, but probably not a good idea to try that against an Empire army which can have cannons. And also this map is a little weird. It's from a quest battle. Looks very cool and spooky. Involves undead. Can you guess? Some burial tombs. A bit annoying for me. Well, it's hard to say. I can't... You see, he's sending some around this way. And I'm watching that. He's sending them around here to flank 2 units of questing knights each, which could be a real pain in the ass. So I've basically... Oh good, it shows you what my move orders are. I assigned my army to move there, and I just took 2 units of halberdiers, posted them here to deal with that. And let's go back to normal speed. You can even hear the steam tank rattle away. Boom! I think he knocked one of the Pegasus Knights out. Yes! Ouch. Damn. So yes, there's a wide view. And actually here's the strategic view. Oh, I guess I can't. Oh, no I can. Alright, you can see where they're roughly arrayed. There's some handgunners. My handgunners, which also have armor piercing, thankfully. Opening fire on the, Oh, the Lord, I should note. I don't know if that's a regular... No, that's King Louis Leoncoeur on a full-on griffin, I think. Or maybe that's a hippogriff. I'm not sure. But, yeah, so he's also really awesome. And in amongst his own flying knights. So I'm just trying to back up here to see if I can, you know, not get enveloped. Because I can tell with their mobility they'll probably go around here. They're trying to go around there. And neither of us had any idea what the other was bringing to the battle, which was good, and we had certain restrictions on what we could bring, so we wouldn't just spam cheesy units. The steam tank would be a cheesy unit if it was cheap. It's horrendously expensive, so instead it's just a solid one, although you're limited on how many of those you can take. Okay. Casting some spells on me. It didn't do too much damage. Here they come. Charging head on. Oh, man! Oh, wow! I wasn't really looking at this during the battle because I was too busy commanding, but... Wow, those guys are ridiculous. And, unfortunately for me... the cavalry, I neglected to post anyone back here because I was so absorbed with what was going on here that I left these guys here, and instead of his cavalry coming in around like that, they just came in around like that, which is unfortunate. And this would be interesting, a whole bunch of lancers against a steam tank. You can see the close combat of the steam tank, just rams! And they're very solid. Everyone's getting stuck in here. And now, yeah, he just... What a sledgehammer of a charge that was. I mean, just on my main line. And unfortunately, it wasn't quite well formed up enough. And my units have now sort of broken into 2 groups. There I am using the Net of Amontok with the Light Wizard to hold his Pegasi to the ground. Although, given how well they fight, you know, it's more like I'm trapped in here with them rather than them with me, but, you know. I'd never actually fought Bretonnians until this battle, and it was educational for these handgunners as well. Oh, I think they're... I don't know if the spell's bugged or what's going on with that. Oh, there's a dead Pegasus. Trap Louis. And I have 1 unit of halberdiers over here with a ton of knights. Not going to go well. Wow. I really... Man. man, the morale shock of that. I just am so... Many of my units are really unhappy. Notice, however, the steam tanks are still fairly solid, as you might expect when getting charged by a bunch of lancers. There's one. Ugh. Man, just running forward and knocking over my man. So at this point... Yeah, here's the strategic view. There's his commander. Mine's here. Yeah, wow. It just... That initial charge... I simply don't have enough units formed in a cohesive mass to really put up much resistance. Steam tank, it has like a, you can see it, it's got a short-ranged, sort of clipping through itself, but yeah, a turret as well as the main cannon. Now they're being attacked from front and back. Wow. Check this with bloody wings. Oh! And unfortunately, this is pretty much how it played out. They just munched through my infantry. It's not even a contest. My poor lord just getting tossed back and forth over here. The only ones putting up any sort of effective resistance at this point are the steam tanks. Even my warrior priest has lost his faith. Covered with the enemy's blood as he is. He's trying to run away. I just covered in blood. And wings and feathers slicked with it.
Blood these lands! Moving now! Formation!
There goes the cowardly warrior priest! Oh, and here I'm trying to run them together so that they can at least support each other. But he caught that. Oh! Not before he could knock some guys out with that cannonball. Still trying to drag him forward. No, he's got everybody on him and he's still only at half health. Ugh.
Demands! Yes, sir! Sigmar guide our fire! Seize us with favor! For France!
Stick together! Oh, there goes one.
Kill the unchivalrous brutes!
Woo!
Kill the soldiers! Our liege lord demands!
Get up and walk back after being flung by a giant metal contraption. Here comes Llewellyn Leoncoeur! Oh, and it's done. The shame is on you. So that was interesting. Like I said, educational. Extremely bloody. Really, really bloody. No, I had fun. Oh, and for any of you curious about my settings, I'll show them in a second. Yes. Let's see. Pegasus Knights. I did manage to really make them bleed a bit. All of his knights took some serious casualties. And that's mostly due to the steam tanks. Just to show my graphics settings, so I don't have to paste something. There we are. Thanks for watching.